Hey everyone, my name is Kabi and today I'm going to show you one of the games played with a new feature we added just recently, which is the elemental that appears starting from the 15th minute mark and then instead of the middle chest each 7 minutes and 30 seconds. So this is one of the game we played during our internal playtest between the two community managers. One of them, as the blue light player, was me, Kabirage, and in the bottom right, as the red player, playing for light as well, is White Unicorn. We actually played dark against light and light against light, and this one I like the best, so I decided to go for it, even though it's the mirror matchup. I believe in the future we'll have many more games to cover with the unmirror matchup, such as light against dark, but this time around White Unicorn actually opted to go his sub-faction, because he mainly plays dark on his main account, and we decided to play on the main accounts to save a bit of time of arranging the new ones, and his dark is just a little bit too strong for me, because I don't play that much, so I have lower levels, still no fourth farm, things like that. So anyway, we decided to go pretty much the recruit economy, and White Unicorn is slightly too... I'm not even sure. Should I say he's slightly underpowered or significantly underpowered, because he seems to be having everything like first level, and I have like second to third pretty much. So I'm an advantage, and still he's more experienced and better player overall, so we're gonna see how this gonna work out. But I must also mention that I had a bit of a special plan for this map. By that time we only had an elemental on the two maps, and we played two games, two different maps, and in this one there is this fancy spot on the high ground near the watchtower. So the idea I actually had for this map is that I wanna grab this watchtower to make sure that my enemy doesn't use it, doesn't see from it, and here in this bottom level corner I wanna build a proxy factory to build the helicopters. So that is the idea I have, but I don't wanna spoil it all too early, so I go pretty much for the elven tree and the barracks and the second barracks. So this has to be looking like a standard build, just the archers along with the paladin, but then they're gonna be this fancy addition. That's what I had in mind. But of course I also opted to go for the scouting, not the earliest one, because I also spent a bit of time to check if the watchtower is protected. And by the way, since pretty much the recent day, I believe since Thursday or Friday, but it is already live, we removed the neutrals from all the watchtowers on all the maps. So if we would be playing this game, if we were playing this game like today, there were no reds here. But on the day we played it, there were reds, so I just checked it so that the watchtower is protected, so I was completely fine with that, because I don't really need it. All I need is to keep the bottom left spot unscouted. I also checked that Unique plays the Dwarven Forge tree. I'm not aware of the third castle yet, and what's for myself, I don't go the third castle this early, because rather than that I pretend to build the standard but we also can see how the chests pop up. So far I got Paladin to be able to defend from the most of things, and at the same time I'm going to grab the chest. So here my worker heading off to the position. And why is it so late, you may be asking? Because wouldn't it be better for me to go and build that factory on the second tier straight? But the idea I had is that I don't just need the sheer helicopters coming out of nowhere, but the idea actually is to try to abuse the defensive position when the enemy will take an elemental and head off to my base. So that's what I had in mind. I don't want just randomly try to snipe the things off, because Unique will obviously never let it happen. And we also were testing elemental, so I wanted to see if I might be able to actually hold an elemental in the favored defensive position under the human monument or the elven tree, with the elven tower probably, and in the meantime try to strike back with the helicopters. So that is the idea I had for the whole match. And in the meantime we can see how White Unicorn is going for the castle and for the quick upgrade to the second factory to be able to build the bikers, because mass bikers are still a very formidable unit, obviously, and even with the recent updates to the Warsmith, bikers are quite a unit, I must say, because all the Dwarven branch is working very smoothly, and it is not too easy to even counter it. It is a bit fragile in the beginning because there is only Bombardier shoots air, but you can always actually add the Elven tree, or pretty much the Elven tree, I believe, if there would be something like mass knots or mass captures. So I also already added a bit of archers, so I'm heading off to the second mid chest, and for some reason Unique is slightly out of position. I'm not sure why is that, but probably he just forgot where exactly do the chest appear, because in the past we've also spawned the chest in the middle straight, right? But now there is a slight problem about it, because if the middle chest will be left in this position and then the summoning stone will appear, then the middle chest will block the elemental and the elemental will never pop up. So this is why we currently spawn the two chests instead of one, but in the future we will fix that out, so there probably will be one chest again. We'll see. But it is not like a significant change from my perspective. So now I make a little mistake, because I wanted to go for the mana well and I wanted to grab it, but I see that I can't make it from below because the Warsmith is blocking it. So I wanted to rally the units here, but a couple of the guys and the girls decided to go the other way around, so it wasn't a great idea, obviously, because both the archers will die for it. And also, once I arrived in the position, it seems that it isn't even any good anymore, because the Bombardier shoots all around it, and it seems that I'm losing all the army pretty much for free. Well, I tried it for the Warsmith, and I'm not sure if I even killed anything else. Maybe one biker, and here is a bit of the miss rally. Probably White Unicorn has seen it, maybe not, but anyway, I keep producing the helicopters. I keep going for my initial plan, and keep trying to win more time. It is on the 10-minute mark in the game. Also the new chests appear, I misrally the worker, because it is the first time I play this map, so I don't really know where the chests appear. We also both float quite high on resources, honestly, so not the greatest execution whatsoever, but anyway, here White Unicorn checks that I haven't taken my own mana well. Why I keep trying to steal his. This also nicely pulls him back and drags him back from heading anywhere in the map. And here my archer does a great job trading against the biker. I'm not sure why White Unicorn tries to do that. Probably his idea was to try to dodge the archer shot, but instead of that he just received the poor accuracy of the biker, because when the biker is on the move, he only strikes with 70% accuracy, while in the normal position from standing still, biker obviously hits 100% accuracy, which is a little... I mean, it is significantly better. Not a little, but hugely better. Anyway, Unicorn decided to go not just for the watchtower, but also for the gold mine, it seems. And on my side of the map, I just decided to go for elemental. I'm not sure why am I doing such a poor job with reinforcing, honestly. I'm not even ordering something. I can't remember missing the reinforcement cycles for fun or for purpose even. So probably I wasn't just playing as good as it seemed to me in the process, but anyways, I am taken up to the second tier of altar. So I'm about to get a second hero, wherever hero it would be. I obviously have all the 3 branches currently. I made them because I wanted to build more towers. Because again, my plan is to hold an elemental. So what I want to do is, with the minimal force, I want to hold the elemental attack. And this is why I have all these towers back in the base, and time is heading to the 15th minute mark. Why I keep misrolling the helicopters, but in the end I keep building them, and I am now actually supply capped. So I wished the elemental to be popping up even earlier than that, because I'm not getting anything in addition to what I already have, and it is already the idea I have, so I don't want to change anything. Probably the good idea for this position would be to try to take the second base too, as White Unicorn does, as he's a bit high on money as well. And also he is capped at 80 food, while I have 89 to work with, because my farm is obviously on the higher level, as I mentioned in the beginning. So anyways, I'm at even the crossbow tower. I didn't get any info about the wind mages, so I was just guessing. But we can see how this guessing was on point, because Unicorn built the 2 sanctuaries in addition to his 2 factories, so he's 2 and 2 and 1 production, not to mention the Altar of Heroes. So quite a good composition to play. And now he obviously is sitting back in the middle of the map waiting for the elemental. The important thing for such positions right now is to make sure you are not occupying the middle cell. So you have to watch for it at 15th minute mark to see where the stone actually appeared, in which exact cell, because you must not have unit in that cell. Here White Unicorn didn't have it, so we can see the elemental. By the way, we want to rename it to somewhat mountain elemental or rock elemental, but not exactly the earth one, we'll see. That string is not updated yet, but this guy is powerful and also only attacking the buildings, not the units, so he ignores all of my army and go exactly for the tower. And I'm trying to repair it, I'm trying to do the fancy stuff in the defense, but at the same time my plan finally comes into play, and I use the defense scroll. I'm trying to go for the castle, but we recently buffed the main building, so it can't be destroyed that quickly. So actually the good idea here to attack the crossbow tower, because many splash damage also damage the castle, and it seems that I'm about to build that castle. But in the meantime, Elemental is still alive and still destroying the buildings in my base. Paladin was killed, archers were killed as well. I'm not sure why I'm not building anything. I'm trying to build the artillery tower because I'm not sure why, actually. Probably because I've seen the sanctuaries, so I thought that there could be the wind mages already, so it didn't finish anyway, but I have the second one, the spare one, and here Unicorn keeps destroying the stuff. My Human Monument go down, my Altar of Heroes is about to go down, one of my towers of light magic still alive, and my Paladin has been rebuilt. So since Unicorn now realized and recognized that I'm destroying his base, actually, because he told me he didn't notice it in the beginning because he was playing without sound. So I strongly recommend you, unless you have a serious reason to do so, to actually use the sound, because you can really miss the important hints from the announcer. And with the sound, it is easier to remain on top of everything. So I destroyed the main base, but here I was rallying with my new helicopters, and now I see that there is a second base. So I obviously decided to go for this one and kill the mining line in the first place. I can also kill the first castle because it is not as durable as the castle 3 I used to destroy in the main base. And actually I have enough helicopters to pretty much destroy everything. But what about this guy, who seems to be about to destroy my castle? And White Unicorn also reinforced his, let's call it the army, with the ballista. So for some reason I sent all the units over here, and the reason for that was that I had an idea that probably I can hold with the repairing, hold this elemental, and I really need to help these helicopters out to destroy Unicorn's mining line quicker. So it is not present in the map anymore, but ballista are still the problem, so I rallied my archers here in the blind spot, so that the ballista not able to destroy it, but you can see how Elemental still does a great damage, and then White Unicorn adds a meteorite, so my main building is finally destroyed, and I decided that probably it's not the worst idea to actually come back and kill the Earth Elemental with the helicopters. And what about White Unicorn? He finally received a couple of wind mages and the bikers too, and he is still not even out of money. But the problem for me here is that I actually don't have too many anti-air, but I have the 4 archers. So the 4 archers probably can handle the 2 wind mages if being macroed properly, so we can see if this is gonna work. White Unicorn receive a lot of damage from a single archer, and then we are gonna meet each other on the mana well, it seems. And in the meantime, Unicorn recaptures this watchtower. So all he has are 2 bikers and the wind mages, and the last money he has, but he actually captured the right chest, I believe. Oh, probably my archer did it, so he didn't. But he still has a little bit of gold, and he still has the sawmill. And you don't really need a castle to cut wood, right? If you have the sawmill. But Unicorn actually has the castle. I'm not sure I even noticed that during the play. So he actually has this castle, so he's mining. And I'm building my castle back too, so I am mining too. So our game keeps going. And probably I should have sent all my workers to the trees, actually, to cut the forest, but I didn't make it. But what's even worse, that Elemental is coming, and it is very questionable if I can even make it with the helicopter, with the wind mages. White Unicorn decided to go for the gravity to try to kill off my helicopter squeak, and I decided to just focus fire the wind mages with the archers. I didn't split them really well, but I decided that it's not the greatest idea to try to fix it in the process, so it would be better, I thought, if I just go for it. And now I left 1 archer back, because I don't really have any answer on these bikers in the main base, so I decided to go back with all of my army, and that was a terrible idea, because I actually just forgot that the second summoning stone is about to pop up any second now, so I'm trying my best to pull back in this capturing area, trying to step in, but my archers was going on the assault move, so they started to shoot the stupid wind mage instead of going into the capturing area, so Unicorn just pulls back, but this guy never pulls back. All he does is going straight for your buildings, wherever in the map they will be placed, and he goes for you. And it is what's happening. And the problem that my army seemed to be not a real much to him, because the Elemental will obviously not shoot the units, but units it still take for units a lot of time to kill this guy. So I'm not even trying to repair the castle, because I had an idea that I can probably cut the wood and get the 500 later, and what I really need is to build a couple of towers to even fend this off. I'm not sure if that was the greatest call, but now I decided I wanted to go for the wind mages with the archers again, but now with the magic blast it doesn't work this good anymore. But here come my infantry, so both of the wind mages go down, but so does my castle, and I only have 2 workers left to work with to cut wood and to get another 500 to build a castle. But actually the Elemental destroy the towers rather quickly, and one of them go down, and I only have 1 hero and 1 helicopter, and I can't add anything apart from the warsmith and the swordsman. And in the meantime, Unique adding the units. Actually, I have 1 archer here. It seems that I forgot about her. And artillery tower go down. Elemental still has like 20% HP. And Bombardier from Unicorn, who pretty much established on his base and keeps producing units, seem to be finishing me off. So I really had a better decision making in this game, probably destroying his production building in the more sort of convenient way. Probably should have killed the first elemental quicker, or just not mistake with the second one, because if I would be taking the second one and not him, probably the game would be going all the way around. But here I am left with no mining instead of the two guys cutting wood, and my enemy has the wind mage and I can't match it with no units on the map, so that means that I clearly lost this game to the first level account player who was just smart enough to use all he had, and also the tactical ability with that earth elemental. But also a nice idea from me probably to counterplay to this elemental. I'm not sure if that would be used any frequently by the other players, but you can let us know what you think, guys. So please write in the comments and make sure to subscribe to our channel so that even more players find out about the War Legends, because it is soon to go to the full mode, and we obviously need the new players, as we are going not to purge any progress yet after the wipe that is coming very close to this moment. Anyway, we're gonna wrap it for today. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time. Bye bye.